everybody, welcome back to video number 2 in this month's series on stability ball workouts. And so today I'm going to take you into obviously more balance, and we're going to come into some lunging. And I know if you check back in my videos, I did offer some variations on lunges that help with knee pain. This is another one of those great variations with the added bonus of really challenging those core muscles. And so yeah, we'll take it into 2 different activities, the lunges and then going into some jackknives. Sorry. Let's start with the lunges. All right. So what I'm going to have you do, we're working on one leg here. Anytime we're working on one leg, balance is challenged and life is amazing. Okay. So I'm going to have you take one leg out front of the ball, the second leg, and if you need to, you can set yourself up by a wall for stability here. You're going to, there is no shame in using a wall, FYI. I'm going to put that in here right now because as we get started on this, the last thing you want to do is be someplace unsupported and fall and hurt yourself. Okay, so respect wherever your body is. So I'm going to send that ball just slightly back. You can see from the angle of my legs that my leg that's on the ball is just slightly pushed back from my one that's out front. I'm going to ground into my foot out front, and as I lunge, all right, so I like to sometimes have a weight out front, which I didn't bring with me right now, and that's kind of where my mind's been going. So I'm going to bring my hands out front. I'm going to send that leg back, and as I do, I'm going to bend my knee out front, and I'm going to drop into a lunge. I'm going to pull forward, and I'm going to send it back again. Now, the issue becomes you have to make sure the ball is far enough back to allow you room in your lunge to actually come all the way down. And so sending it back, yeah, that's better. Now, my weight is actually shifting and I'm using that ball out back to stabilize. Coming in, send it out. Think about that stretch through the hip flexors. Core is engaged, root down into that foot that's in the ground. That's your brace. 2 more. Whoops. Good. And then I'm just going to invite you to take it back there and hold. All right. So breathe into this. Think about where your body is active. Think about where you're being challenged. And pull it back. Good. We're going to take it to the other side. Same thing here. The setup is always the hardest. I mean, between the balance and figuring out the extension that you require, once you get set up, it's a piece of cake. All right? So pressing some of your weight into, use that foot that's on the ball to push down onto the ball. So that leg is really active here. Send it back, pull it up. It is actually much harder than it appears. So another caution here is that knee out front should not be tracking over your toes. The weight momentum is shifting to the back. So move back, pull forward. 2 more. Good, and let's bring it back for that static hold. Pressing down into the ball. Send your weight back there. And hold. I always find that once I allow myself to use the wall, I tend to keep going back there, which is unfortunate. Setting up. Awesome. Okay, so the second exercise today are jackknives. And these are great core, totally perfect for upper body. And I'm going to do a bit of a range of motion in the shoulder work with you on these. So coming into our traditional jackknife, one shin on the ball, hands out front, bring the other leg up. So I like to come into this little space right here, all tucked up on the ball, And then I'm going to set my hands as I would for plank. All right, so once the hands are in place, they're kind of under the shoulders, but right now you're behind your shoulders. We're going to tip ourselves forward to that plank arm pose. And then I want you to think about engaging that core. We're going to lift the hips with the core engaged, and then we're going to activate the legs and send the ball back. So we're staying in this plank pose, but now I'm going to challenge you to extend back with your arms. Keep in plank, keep that body fully lined up. We're going to come back as far as we can in that stretch. Legs are still active here. And then we're going to pull ourselves back and all the way back up. All right, so let's go with 8. If you can't do the full arm extension and only go as far as you can control, then what you're going to work on is just an extension to plank and pull. If you can do the extension with the shoulders, awesome, go ahead and add them. Let's go for 8. Slowly send it back from the other wall. And draw it up, hips up and tap. You have to engage all of the body here. Pay attention, let everything be the cue for the next group of muscles. This is so amazing in getting your body to work together. All right, shoulders, trip up the hips, trip up the legs, trip up the core. Everything is firing here. I have no idea how many we're at. I'm going to do 2 more. Make sure and keep that core engaged. Your back should stay flat. Lift with the hips. Last one. Step it off. And there you have it. Some lunges and some jackknives, core, upper body, legs. It's all being worked. Add to that the bonus of stabilization, and you have yourself a powerful 15 minutes. All right, so twice this week with this one. Check in with me. Let me know how you're making out. I know these exercises are tough, but I know you can do it. I know you can. Never miss a Monday. See you next week.